WZSR-FM, WZSR HD1 Woodstock. McHenry County's best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. This is Star 105.5.
Happy Independence Day.
Years ago, I interviewed a man from Lake County desperately searching for someone with bone marrow matching his. He had been diagnosed with leukemia and knew his time was short unless possibly he could find a match and then have the transplant and hope for the best. So he came to radio stations and newspapers, told his story, hoped to generate interest for people to go on a bone marrow registry where he thought it was his best chance to find a perfect match. Well, that's more than 20 years ago. And although research funded by the very event you're going to hear about today has helped tremendously with one type of leukemia, there's a long way to go. The man I talked to then did not find a match, and he passed away. He was a young man in his 30s. Well, what brings us to Northwest Spectrum this morning is how you can help raise money for leukemia research. So maybe in the future, the little Megan Coopers of the world will survive their ordeal with leukemia. Good morning, I'm Stu Cohen, and this is Northwest Spectrum, a public affairs show that airs every Sunday morning through Next Media Incorporated. On July 13th, it is the 10th annual Megan Cooper Memorial Golf Outing, benefiting the Leukemia Research Foundation. The Red Tail Golf Club in Lakewood is the site for golfers to enjoy the links and raise funds for leukemia research, and then there'll be a late lunch at Lou Malnati's in Lakewood, the presenting sponsor of the Megan Cooper Memorial Golf Outing. This morning I want you to meet Andy Hanson. He is himself a survivor of leukemia, and he is also president of Andy's Chapter of Hope, Leukemia Research Foundation.
We've been organizing this event the past 10 years to try to raise money to find a cure for leukemia and support the Cooper family and all families that have been touched and devastated by the leukemia.
Mentioning Megan Cooper, now you met Megan Cooper some years ago. She was around 8 years old at the time?
Yeah, actually I haven't met Megan. I didn't actually meet Megan Cooper, but I...
met the family.
Met the Megan Cooper family. About 10 years ago, as they got involved with our chapter, Andy's Chapter of Hope, which is one of 24 chapters of the Leukemia Research Foundation, and they got involved with our efforts to find a cure, as unfortunately they lost their daughter Megan to leukemia at the age of 8. And a tremendous family, and just wanted to be a part of our organization to try to help ensure that other families don't suffer losses they have.
Now, this is really important to you because when you were younger, you were also diagnosed with leukemia.
Right. Back at the age of 22, back in 1994, just as I was about to finish college, I was diagnosed with acute lymphocytic leukemia and went through a 2-year treatment plan of chemotherapy and maintenance medications, and I've been very fortunate to be a survivor of leukemia. So, unfortunately, there are still families that are where someone is lost to leukemia, but we're out here trying to make a difference so that others can experience the good fortune that I have.
Now, chapters like yours, and you have a chapter, Andy's Hope.
Yeah, it's Andy's Chapter of Hope, and I guess we're kind of a McHenry County chapter of the Leukemia Research Foundation. And there are 24 chapters of the foundation spread out pretty much over the Chicagoland area that all do their own unique events, from auctions, golf outings, basketball tournaments, just a variety of different outings based on that particular chapter's interest. And all that money then is I guess, given to the Leukemia Research Foundation, and then that money goes on to support worldwide medical research, patient financial assistance, and several educational and support programs that we put on throughout the year as well.
And the good news, what is encouraging, there has been some progress in working with leukemia, thanks to, chapters like yours and the other chapters out there who work with the public, and thank God for, people that golf and enjoy these events. The money that, they give has helped, and that's what it's really all about.
Exactly, and that's some of the great news. Certainly the type of leukemia I have, even back 15 years ago, was considered, the good type of leukemia to get from a survival perspective. But even in that area, it's continued to grow. So for children today that are diagnosed with acute lymphocytic leukemia, cure rates for that particular type of leukemia are upwards of 88%, which is certainly significant, and the Leukemia Research Foundation certainly plays a role in ensuring that research is funded throughout the world to help improve those survival rates.
Now, I was on one of the sites on leukemia, and this is linked to our websites as well, and I was reading some information. One of the things that I read is that someone is diagnosed with leukemia or lymphoma every 5 minutes. So that must mean there are a lot of people out there who have had leukemia.
Right, and the Leukemia Research Foundation actually supports leukemias and lymphomas in both of those areas, and so it does cast a pretty wide net. And unfortunately, it really doesn't discriminate. It affects, it can affect anyone, and unfortunately, an exact cause for leukemia hasn't been identified, but certainly the efforts in the research are making progress in identifying those causes and identifying ways to cure people impacted with leukemia and really all blood cancers.
And so now you've been involved in this golf outing and event for years now. I mean, it's been going on for some time.
Right, and Andy's Chapter of Hope has evolved as well over the past 14 to 15 years that we've been in existence. For the past 10, our main focus has been on the golf outing, but in the past we've done soccer tournaments, raffle ticket sales. We've done a variety of different things, all in an effort to raise money to find a cure for leukemia.
And as we begin to wrap up our interview, once again, we're still looking for golfers. We've got somewhere in the neighborhood of 120 golfers, but not stopping there. It's a wonderful event. As you've heard Andy talk, the money is really important to help in the progress and finding the cures for leukemia. So if you're interested in golfing, Red Tail, very wonderful place to golf, and not too far from home, and this is a great cause.
Yeah, it's Red Tail is a great course. They've been wonderful to work with the past several years, and also like to note that we still do have some spots available, and then we also have spots available for lunch afterwards, which is all donated by Lou Malnati's. And right after the golf outing, we'll all head over to Lou Malnati's right on Red Tail Drive in Lakewood for all the post-event activities. And they do a great job for us as well, and have been a tremendous partner with us the last couple of years in helping us ensure that the majority of money that we take in from this event will actually go towards the great programs that the Leukemia Research Foundation provides.
Do you find that a number of the participants, whether they're at the golf outing or at the lunch, have had family members or have been touched in some way by leukemia?
Right. Yeah, most of them certainly have, through a personal connection through my family, but we do now have other leukemia survivors actually that will participate in the event as well, and then obviously supporters of the Cooper family that will all come out and support our event. And so it really is a wide range of people that kind of come out, and some that have unfortunately lost a loved one to leukemia, but others that are actually have survived a leukemia diagnosis. So we're very excited to have them come out as well. When
you first started with all these events, there were, I'm assuming, fewer survivors, and that's good now because you see more people surviving, and it's because of events like these.
Right. It is really encouraging to see and be contacted and have people that are registering that have recently finished treatment or gone through treatment and are now looking for a way for them to give back as well. So that's certainly very exciting to see and be a part of and feel like you are making a difference. So it's good to see those people come out that are survivors.
Once again, wrapping up our interview, sum up what's expected to happen and how people can get a hold of you or the organization to maybe golf or at least go over to Lou Malnati's.
All the information on registration can be found on our website, which is at www.leukemia, and that's LEUKEMIA leukemia-hope.org. And so please come and take a look. You'll see opportunities for golf registration, sponsorship, or if you can't attend, you can certainly make a donation through my personal fundraising page as well. But all the links to all that information can be found on our website.
Check out the website, star105.com, and the online link to more information on the Megan Cooper Memorial Golf Outing and leukemia. Or go directly to leukemia-hope.org. Andy Hanson wanted to make sure he gave a big thank you to Lou Malnati's, the presenting sponsor for the events on July 13th. My guest this morning was Andy Hanson, president of Andy's Chapter of Hope Leukemia Research Foundation. You've been listening to Northwest Spectrum. I'm Stu Cohen. Thanks for listening.
WZSR-FM, WZSR HD1 Woodstock. McHenry County's best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. This is Star 105.5.
Happy Independence Day.
Years ago, I interviewed a man from Lake County desperately searching for someone with bone marrow matching his. He had been diagnosed with leukemia and knew his time was short unless possibly he could find a match.